Greetings, gratitude, and love to all. Thank you for joining our first edition of Talking Life with Carrie. This is our own space where we consciously educate you as to how to live a healthy plant-based lifestyle, and I'm excited to bring this to you. So excited to teach you, and I'm sure that we will learn from each other. Our topic tonight will be endometriosis, and here to share with us her journey through endometriosis is medical officer of the Southeastern Authority, Dr. Harvey, one special girl. So we're waiting on Dr. Harvey to join us to talk, of course, endometriosis. A lot of people have not ever heard the word endometriosis. So help me welcome Dr. Harvey. Waiting for her to join. So of course our topic, as you know, will be endometriosis. Blessings everyone, thank you for joining. So we're waiting on our fabulous guest, Dr. Anna Kay, to join. Endometriosis is a big topic. So doctor, as soon as you're ready, you can just send me the request to join and I'll respond. Guys, I'm so grateful that you actually took the time to join. This is Doctor just joined, so I guess she's gonna send her request now. And she's going to share, of course, her journey. So let me go ahead. Doctor, are you there? Waiting for doctor. Will I accept her request? Doctor, message me if you're having any form of difficulties. Your request just came in and I accepted it. So just waiting on doctor, ladies. It's a humongous number of women, millions of women are suffering from endometriosis. And of course, doctor will give us the number that we have here in Jamaica. Doctor? All right, we got her. Hello, Dr. Harvey, welcome. And
thank you.
Absolutely no better person to introduce to us this lifestyle, this ease, and the lifestyle that you have journeyed in order to set your body at ease. So doctor,
yes,
what is endometriosis?
So endometriosis is a chronic inflammatory condition that affects the womb, right? It can also affect the ovaries and fallopian tubes, but it's really characterized by the presence of uterine tissue being abnormally deposited outside of the womb, and it forms scar tissue. And that's the main reason that females complain of pain. Now, the deposits can be implanted outside the womb in sites such as the brain, the lung, the bladder, the bowel, and it affects 1 in 10 Jamaican women. Now, you commonly find persons affected with this condition between the ages of 20 and 40, but of recently, teens can also be affected, although that's not common. Now, it's a condition that is often misdiagnosed, right? And it can take up to 10 years to diagnose. And the reason for this is like when persons complain about pain, when our parents or mothers said, you know, go take a painkiller, it's normal, it'll go away, make the cycle go away and thing. So, I mean, that's why it's often misdiagnosed, right? Um, it can also, but I'm here to tell you that period pains is not normal, particularly if it
Exactly.
affects your quality of life. For example, your sleep, going to work, going to social events as parties, it can really be very severe and, debilitating condition.
So tell me, doctor, what were your signs and symptoms?
All right, so I'm going to go through the general signs and symptoms and
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what mine was.
Okay.
So, typically, some persons may be have pelvic pain, lower abdominal pain, back pain, and this can happen before, during, and after the period, right?
Right.
However, there are 25% of females who may not have any symptom, and their only symptom is that if they're trying to get pregnant, it could be a cause of infertility as well. And when the doctor does his surgery and open up the abdomen, he sees that there's a lot of scar tissue, but they have never complained of pain,
Mm-hmm.
right? Other symptoms include nausea, vomiting, constipation, diarrhea, pain on passing stool, bloating, um, pain on passing urine, increased urinary frequency, and if it affects the brain, this lady can have seizures every month on her cycle. It's as serious as that.
Right.
And for those who have it
And
in the lungs,
mhm.
they cough up blood every month and would have to go into hospital to be admitted to get a chest tube to drain that blood. And
So,
these are some symptoms. Yeah.
mhm. So because of the different, as doctor was saying, because of the different areas of the different organs and the different area of the cells growing. So this is what she's actually talking about, right? You see right here where it's a healthy, right, doctor? It's a healthy
Right.
ovary and healthy system going up, reproductive system going on there. But right here, you'll notice the cellular deposits, and the uterine, the endocrine wall,
The uterine wall. So those
uterine
are
wall.
the
It mimics what goes on there, right? And
right on the
therefore,
outside.
right, and therefore, this is supposed to be the norm where this is bleed out through the vagina, but when
Mm-hmm.
it's deposit outside, there's no way for it to go out, right, doctor?
Right.
So that is what
And you have a
causes
lot of,
the problem.
and because it's outside, it's not in a normal place, the body recognizes it as being foreign, and therefore it
Right,
mounts an inflammatory response there.
right.
And there you have a lot of pain. But my symptoms, how my journey began, I had cramps, in my teenage years, in my 20s. But when I got to my mid 20s, this time now I knew nothing about medicine. I was doing my first degree, so I didn't know anything at the time. So
Right.
I would be popping pills and, painkillers and, think it's normal and fine and wait until it went away. But when I got to my late 30s now, um, I did, and, going through medical school, I it started to get worse. I used to have to call in sick at work because the pains were so bad that I was on the floor retching in pain, can't get up, whatever. And then I finally went to the gynecologist and he said to me, and this is long after, this is like 2 years after graduating because I was kind of in denial. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, based on your symptoms, you have endometriosis. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not surprised. So I asked Doc, is there any natural way? Because me afraid I take tablets. I don't like taking tablets, right? So doctor said, well, only thing that help you is take some birth control and I have some samples here. So I said, okay, being very polite and cordial, I just took the birth control tablets from him. And then I went home and I read the side effects and I said, well, my family, my dad's side, everybody have diabetes. And then my mom's side, everybody have high blood pressure. And one of the side effects was the pressure can go high, you can get clots in the lung. And I said, but me not take this. So when I just tossed the box away, I said, listen, there has to be another way. But at the time though, I should say to you that during my teenage years, me tell you, I used to eat bad, bad. I
Okay.
just love food. I used to eat so bad. Junk food like it's no tomorrow. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they could have called me greedy ghost that I was just eating really bad and unhealthy. Now, although this condition, it is said that there's no cause, I strongly believe my lifestyle then had contributed to why I got here
Of
in the
course.
first place, right? So, I went about still eating poorly, not really making any link between the two, still popping pills like a drug addict to the point that sometimes I even overdose on some of those painkillers like a zombie. Like after taking those painkillers, I would be like a total zombie. No, one morning, and this was in 2015,
Mhm.
I woke up in some serious right abdominal pains on my right side, my lower abdomen on the right side. And the room started spinning and
Wow.
I started feeling nauseous. And I said, what is going on, God? And first of all, I said, okay, it's my right side. So it might be my appendix. And then I couldn't get up. So I bawl out for help. I started crying. And then my father came into the room, my mom came into the room, and they're like, what is going on? I said, I don't like how I feel. I've never felt this way before. Please take me to the hospital right now. So we're on the way to hospital, and they're bawling, the pain getting worse. I feel like I want to vomit, I feel miserable. I don't know what is going on. I said, Lord, whatever it is, cut it out. Me want to get rid of it. Stop. Right? So I reached into the emergency room and kind of like collapsed over in pain and started vomiting. Thank God for fathers. My father just lift me up and say, listen, and sort her out. So they came, gave me the drip. I tell them what was going on, and they called the surgical team. And the only thing that could have helped with the pain was morphine, a morphine injection, right?
Mhm.
And when the surgeons came and saw me, they imaged me, they said that I had a leaking cyst on the right side. So it's not appendix. So, they observed me
Mhm.
and then discharged me home to follow up with my gynecologist. So I said, okay. Um, I said, okay, fine. I went back, same thing over again, cycle happened, and this was a little bit later now. So this is like probably 2 years after that. I had another incident where I was working in the emergency room, but throughout that shift, I was having back pains and abdominal pains, and my coworkers were like, why are you walking like that? Why are you crouching like an old lady? And I said, I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. It wasn't my cycle either. But they just noticed me like in pain and just hooked over. Marky, this shift was a 12-hour shift and it ended from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., right? So went home, come off my shift, still having the pains, but they weren't bad. Woke up 2 a.m. Same thing again. Pains got worse. And I was like, okay, daddy, here we go again. We have to go back to the hospital because I don't know what's going on. So I was bawling in pain. My mom was distressed, was praying and everything. And imagine that I went there as a doctor working on staff, and then to be back there again to the same ER room as a patient was really quite distressing. So again, went through the process, did the ultrasound, and it said that another cyst came up on the right ovary and ruptured. So it was the same process again, observe me and watching out and seeing, until my symptoms resolve. So I had a nurse colleague who happened to be 7-day Adventist like I am, right? And we all believe in this plant-based lifestyle. Now, the nurse said she had similar symptoms to me, and why not come off fish or meat, come off meat totally. And I was like looking at her, I was like, yeah, I will try that, but we never take her serious. I mean, nobody could tell me that I could come off meat because I used to ridicule vegetarians and vegans about where them get them protein from, all them eat is grass. I used to be that naysayer. So
But no,
nobody could
better
have
right
tell me.
now. No, we don't. No, we
Yeah,
know way, way better.
exactly. So I didn't take her advice at all. One morning again, woke up to go to work, and then I realized I'm having these pains again. And this time, I mean, I can't get up at all. And I'm feeling nauseous. And this time, nobody was at home. And I was like praying and crying, God, help me, please stop this pain. Right. And eventually the pain stopped. And you know what? The same nurse's voice came right back in the head to cut off the meat.
Obedient.
This was, yeah, this was February 5, 2019. You see, after February 5, 2019, I don't put back a chicken in my mouth. Mark you, I was up on fish, and by say about September of that year, I decided to come off fish. But this is after a friend, somebody said switch to plant-based lifestyle. So the first place I knew of at the time was Me Hungry. So
Okay.
I went to Me Hungry and I met this guy, a good friend of mine, Leighton. And Leighton was like, why don't go visit? I have this Rasta friend, he can go visit and do a detox. I said, detox? Man go hungry, man. My body can't manage detox right here now. No detox. And him say, no man, do it, man. Do it. It's going to be worth it. I'm telling you. And I still stubborn and I don't listen to him. And then I had the pains
So
again, but the pains
hold it
weren't
one
so bad.
second, Doc. Hold it 1 second.
Huh?
So
Yeah.
your second episode was while you were now a medical doctor.
Right.
So
Yes.
can you remember the initial plan you had when you heard the diagnosis as a medical doctor?
Well, the initial plan was that I said I'm not going to do no surgery, although surgery was all right. The gold standard method for diagnosis is what they call a diagnostic laparoscopy, right? And this is where they make a small incision in the navel and insert what is called a laparoscope with a camera attached to visualize in there. And me afraid of surgery. And afraid, me say, like doctors are the worst patients. Anything for avoid a surgery or medication, I take it, right? But in medical school, there was another way. You could also do a pelvic MRI as well, which is non-invasive. You don't have to cut. So I say, long after, I say, all right, let me just do it and calm my fears a little bit. I did it, and lo and behold, it showed up that I had endometriosis. And I'm just saying to you that that's another option if you are like me, scared of surgery as well. So that was how I was actually diagnosed. And this was like as recent as 2 years ago. Because as I say, difficult me, I don't like go doctor, don't like take nothing. I have to be really bad to reach at the doctor for that.
So medically,
Right.
what just quickly, what are the treatments for endometriosis medically?
All right. Before I jump to the treatments, I'm gonna also add something to the pelvic MRI. So I did what is called an ESR and CA-125. Now CA-125 is a marker, it's a blood test that you do for ovarian diseases in the womb, right? For example, ovarian cancer and for endometriosis, but it's non-specific, right? And the ESR is an inflammatory marker. When I did those blood tests, they're always high. And I said, initially when I saw that they were always like, oh, do I have cancer? So me go crazy now because in medical school, we learned that if the ESR is really that high, because I think mine was in the 50s, you might have to rule out cancer or any other inflammatory process going on. I said, no, God, this must be the endo that I have. But I had to do the test to make sure it's not cancer or anything. So going back to the treatments now, traditionally you have hormonal therapy, right? Now the basis of endometriosis is that you're producing more estrogen than normal. So these therapies assist in balancing the estrogen levels in the body so that you don't have that inflammatory process that's going on. And the next option you have is surgery. Either you're gonna have to remove the adhesions, the scar tissue, or the worst case scenario, if you're at a really bad stage and it really affecting you, you take out the womb, which is not recommended, especially for a young lady who's looking to have kids. So that's basically the treatment as well.
So as I remember, as I pick up some points, I want to make it clear.
Yeah.
You just said stages. There are a few stages of endometriosis, which should not be compared with the stages of cancer.
Right.
Can you say a little on that?
Well, the first stage is normally, it's 4 stages. So it's mild, moderate, severe. The very first severe is deep. It's infiltrating deep down outside the womb to different structures. And you have a lot of scar tissues to the point where you have a condition or a medical term called frozen pelvis, where you have a lot of scar tissue. It is so bad that, I mean, it's kind of risky to take out each adhesion for that, right? And then again, with surgery, there's a risk of getting more again, because when you're cutting, you have scar tissue forming again. So to me, that wasn't an option. And I mean, I said, okay, why am I gonna do this surgery and I know I'm gonna have pain over and over again? So it's just basically, in a layman terms, like stage 1 mild, stage 2 moderate, and the level of scar tissue increases. And yeah, pretty much in layman's term.
So basically, Doc, you use plant-based lifestyle, and if I know you well, which I think I do know you well, you use a whole food plant-based lifestyle to empower your body to heal itself. Am I correct?
Yeah, after
Talk
listening,
about it.
finally, yeah, after listening to the nurse and listening to my friend Leighton, I decided, okay, I'm going to try and do this detox then. So I was when I did the consultation with the detox, I was recommended 4 months to do it. And after 4 months, I started feeling great. And I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna go another 2 weeks. So this was 6 weeks of detox and a juice detox, right? No, I was informed that the cycle after that detox would be really bad because my body is ridding itself out of all these toxins, years of bad eating. So of course, the cycle that came after the detox was really bad. So I was saying, but me do this detox and it not working, I kind of get a little distressed there. But I was placed on a raw plant-based diet at that time. So when the second cycle happened after the initial detox, I felt no pain at all. And I said, wait, my body feels different. My energy levels are back. I said, wow, my body seems to like this kind of lifestyle. So I think I'm gonna stick to it. Mark, after like probably so I was on the raw plant-based diet for about 2 years. And it's really working well for me at the time, so my periods got lighter actually, and the duration of my periods got shorter. Yes. And my energy, so all the pains that I had, the back pains, the pelvic pains, those pains were gone totally on the diet. Yeah.
Right, and as a raw plant-based chef, I will endorse that, because I remember when I went totally raw, period pain was like non-existent. You actually stop hemorrhaging, because that's what we do, right? When we go over 3 days, we're hemorrhaging, and that actually
Yeah.
stopped for me, and it was basically spotting. So the cleaner you get, and the reason why a plant-based lifestyle would enhance this so much is because the food is live and you're feeding it to a live body. So all the
Yeah.
minerals, vitamins, and the enzymes are active. I'm happy. Let's continue.
Yeah, so the thing with the ESR now, what I had done is I tried to do them annually. But what happened is I went to a conference and this lady was telling me that there was this 35-year-old woman who just collapsed of a heart attack.
Wow.
And she said, this was during the chick bee time as well. And she said that this 35-year-old lady, when she was evaluated, she had no chronic illnesses at all. They tried to find out where the clot could have come from. They did brain scans, they did an ultrasound of the heart, they did all the tests and nothing showed up. They did her ESR, that's the inflammatory marker that I spoke about, and they said that her ESR was up the roof, and that was the only thing that was abnormal apart from everything else she did, right? So I'm saying to myself, it hit home. Mine was always high. And the take-home message of that meeting was, once there's inflammation in the body, it will put you at risk of developing any disease, whether it's a heart attack, a stroke, that will put you at high risk. So I was concerned. I was like, okay, I have to keep consistent on this lifestyle, which means that I have to avoid all fried foods, avoid the meat, avoid the cooked food, avoid the sugar, the added sugar and sugar sometimes as well, and stay away from anything that is processed, whether it's packaged or it's canned or it's is a frozen dinner. I had to stay away from
From
those
that. So,
things.
Doc, another
Right.
question that's really buzzing in my head is that
Yeah.
we're talking over a period of what? How many years right now?
perhaps about, I believe about 5 years, 5, 6 years. So every time I did the blood test, what I noticed that the ESR and the CA25 that I spoke about began to trend down, right? And then no, I met this guy, Mr. Silvera, and he was advertising some products for me on the longevity line. And he said they're really good. They have, helped a lot of persons and whatever. I said, okay, let me try them. And within probably, and it was last year I tried them, and within 6 months of trying them, my ESR levels with the lifestyle as well were praise God, normalized. And
Wow.
these blood tests were done in December. So the ESR level was normal and the CA25 was back to normal. And I said,
So because you
wow.
were proactive, because you were conscious and proactive, you have gotten this to a normal level way beyond the time that somebody would take to be diagnosed.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Thank
I'm
you.
proud. All right. So of course, this leads us to the plant-based lifestyle, and you have told us about your journey. Are there anybody else who were your cheerleaders, people who you look up to, who help you through this? Because I'm sure at work or at play, there would be some negative people who would be like, is happening with her? But of course, would there be somebody, or there should be somebody, who would always be elevating your empowerment and empowering you?
Well, you're one of them, Carrie.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
yeah. And who
Iwara.
else? Yes, yes. Aurora, Tehuti, Leighton, my friend from Longevity Life, Silvera, all those people are my cheerleaders in terms of, wanting me to get better and, leading a normal lifestyle.
And what I had noticed from you is that you would come early in the morning and you'd have my fermented plant-based cakes. And of course, I
Yes.
knew what was happening to you, but I asked you the question, and I'd like for you to share what Living Food and Juices fermented plant-based cakes. How did they help you through this journey?
I used like in the mornings I came to you,
Mhm.
it's just like, okay, sometimes life gets so busy, I just needed something to grab and go. Now I would have a little tummy ache, indicating say, okay, you need to eat something now. And I can tell you, Carrie, your cakes, every time your cakes are filling, every time I consume them, I feel satisfied. Like that ache is always gone. I know it fixed my remedy right there. So yeah, that was my lifesaver. Like running out in the mornings, not finding any other place that is open so early. And for a busy professional like me, I really appreciated that. And it works every time, because I know it works with my body. And it's, as you said before, it's raw, it's live. You're getting all the nutrients you need to fix the problems that you have.
Right. And as you know, we love pretty food, but our food must have messages, because your cells, they remember things, they have memories, and therefore even though they're called cakes, they're desserts, but we
Yes.
make sure that your dessert serves you, and it's the balance that it created in your GI tract why you get ease, because they're fermented food, and fermented food is great for your digestion. So we really appreciate that you actually came to us to help you along this journey. No, what would you say to women out there? Because I'm seeing a lot. What type of cake is that, Doc? Okay, so it's our fermented nut cheesecake. So, back to that now. What would you say to women that are out there? Women we're reaching now, and women that will be reaching in a while. What would you say to them? Ones that are suffering from this ease of the body, endometriosis.
All right, what I recommend is take priority in fixing your diet, right? Um, I'm not here to force anybody to choose something that they don't want to choose. I'd like to give persons options, right? Whatever works best for your body. I know that the plant-based lifestyle works for my body in this time, right? And I know that staying away from stuff like chicken, and the reason is this, is that remember chicken is on its mass production. They have to produce on a quick level. They have to make the money. And at times these chickens have antibiotics, growth hormones that really are responsible for messing up our reproductive system.
Poor time.
So if you want to continue eating chicken, you can, but you have to source it from an organic source.
Right.
Find an organic person who raises chicken from natural, stuff, and have the chicken preferably steam or roasted. Um, and avoid frying it as well, because frying the frying is an inflammatory process. It can make your pains really bad. So stay away from fried foods. Stay away from foods again that has food coloring, that's processed, and processed meaning packaged, frozen, anything pretty much. As long as it has a shelf life, it's not natural. So I encourage persons to eat foods from the earth. That's always what I encourage. And also there are some supplements that you can take too that helps to promote and the process, or an anti-inflammatory process then, right? For example, you stock up on your omega-3s, and they come in the form of chia seeds or pumpkin seeds, right? Salmon, if you like. But again, guys, you make sure that the source of the salmon is organic and not farm raised, because as I said, these things have antibiotics and growth hormones. You increase your cruciferous vegetables, and that's like your cauliflower, again, anti-inflammatory. And these things help to flush out estrogen from the liver, as well as even our fresh fruits and vegetables. Try and ensure that you know an organic farmer as well, as again, because pesticides as well can really, disrupt our reproductive system as well. And avoid things like, sorry. One other important thing is gluten, please. The gluten is something that's it's very notorious for causing inflammation. It makes all pains worse. So if you can cut out the gluten, that is excellent. So all of these things you have to do to ensure that you have a close to pain-free or pain-free life when you're struggling with endometriosis or any inflammatory condition.
And I would say a lot of people would say to me, boy, it's an expensive lifestyle, or it takes time. And if you want to think it's expensive, think about what will happen at the end of the road. Because it's either you're going to be investing in your health now, or you will be investing in it later with a way that I don't think you would want to. So if you see us at Living Food and Juices, you'll see on my Instagram page at Living Food and Juices, where I take the time to go out there, search for farmers high and low, have farmers start farming for us. You'll see where I plant my own thing. It is important. So if you are going to come to me and say it is expensive, my question to you is going to be, what have you done? What are you doing to eliminate this expense, or this thing that you think is too expensive? So let's work together and get this done. Be conscious. And that's what we're teaching in this space, to be conscious, because we want you to learn the lifestyle, of course, but we can tell you what to do, right, Doc? But we can't to do what you need to do. Self-doc is very important. What would you say to yourself for such a rewarding decision?
I say I'm happy. I'm really happy because to be honest with you, Carrie, I didn't know I could have the discipline. I just reached a point where, listen, you can't be popping pills all your life. You have, because remember, we have to pay for doctor's visits. That's a cost. The admissions was an additional cost. And the medication that don't work for me, that was an additional cost. And you have to look at your body as a lifelong investment, right? You could cut costs by preventing your condition from getting worse, by doing your simple things as changing the diet. So I didn't know I would reach to this point, to be honest. So but I encourage persons to don't give up.
We're really happy for you that you did. So I just want to share a bit about the lifestyle. A aspect of the lifestyle is food. Gratitude is another humongous part of it. Every day, everything you should be grateful. Drinking proper water, and you can send messages to your water that you need messages that you need to for the body to remember, because remember, whatever you put in the body, it is recorded, and there's a memory. Your cells are so intelligent. They're memories from your great 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 great. So these have more information than even your brain. So let us put things in there that of course will help to illuminate, get us healthy. I'm just so happy for you. You don't even know. So help us to continue being healthy, and it's not hard, guys. It's not hard. If you think it's hard, we do it for you at Living Food and Juices. You just gotta pay. So this is such an awesome evening. I feel so good. And one thing that I would love to ask every woman that's listening, and share it with your sister, your cousin, the inflammation markers, you are to pay attention to those. How do you know that there's inflammation? Pain. Pain reminds you that something is wrong. Mucus. If you have mucus, it is definitely a invitation for inflammation. Try to get your body as alkaline as possible. There are some alkaline
Mhm.
tricks that you can actually use with either your urine or your saliva that will give you an
Right.
indication. You can take one early in the morning, but the best time to take it really is like probably afternoon, so you see really what's going on with your alkalinity. Guys, these things are real. I've been through it, and Doc have been through it. So, Doc, it's just amazing what you empowered us with tonight. And we'll see if we can take some questions. Do you have anything else to say, Doc?
It can be very challenging. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes because I'm the only plant-based person in the household. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't miss chicken, but sometimes if I see like the fish or probably the mutton, I'm like, oh, like memories go flow back, and you have to. It's like now I can look at the food and say that's pain. Looking at that kind of unhealthy lifestyle, I see pain, and I don't want to go through that again. So, guys, don't give up. Take it in baby steps, one day at a time. You might mess up initially, but again, think about the journey, think about the aim to wellness and feeling back to normal. That's what I want to empower women all around and take that message.
Right.
Um, we'd have to scroll up for the questions because I saw a couple of them pop up in the
Right.
chat
I,
also.
I, I wanna say welcome to some people that I see on the live. I can see one beautiful woman who just did her cleanse at Living Food and Juices, and she is a living testimony of cleaning your system and start over with healthy plant-based enzymic rich food makes you so much better. I have people who are WhatsApping me, emailing me to say, I am watching these women's journey and we are so impressed. So I want to really thank you guys for joining us. All my people who have been on my cleanse, I'm seeing you. So welcome. So you're going to scroll up to get some. You can do that, right, Doc?
I think so.
Somebody's asking to save the live. Yes, we always save the
Yes,
live.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
told to
I
come
know I
and
saw one.
attest to confirm. As Doctor says, it's we're not here as plant-based advocate, teachers, educators to say to you, do not go to your physician. I have two physicians. I go and I just did my executive. You have to go to the medical people and get yourself sorted out, and then use wisdom in order to have your body heal itself. Correct, doctor?
Yes. Let me see.
Okay, so this person is saying that they have had. Are you in Jamaica? Because you can email us. You can DM us at Living Food and Juices, and we'll give you the number where you can get your detox done. We offer different stages of detox, so you can. I'll be coming for a detox. All right, right. So we offer different stages of detox, and I'm gonna say this quickly that one of a couple main things that will help you control is get your BMI to where it belongs.
Nah,
It's very
that's true.
important. Eat as much live food as possible, and if you're gonna eat, a plate of plant of cooked food, make sure we're saying to you, make it plant based. But if you can't make it totally plant based, make do it in a sense that it work for you. And one rule that I know work and I've proven it is if you're having protein, because the brain produces protease to digest protein, do not mix it with carbohydrate. Do your protein and your vegetable, which are neutral. If you're gonna have carbohydrate, do carbohydrate and vegetable, and these will work together fine for you. Have your vegetables first, so it can go down and prepare to sweep the intestinal, the colon out when the waste is
Some
set there. And
Someone had asked what age should women do screening for endometriosis. There's not a particular screening age, but once you have symptoms, that's the pelvic pain, the back pain, and it's so normal, it's affecting your quality of life really, pretty much, you go straight to the doctor and start screening for that. So there's no specific age in which you go to screen for endometriosis.
okay, another person is asking, what's the most important fruits and vegetables to eat? All fruits and vegetables are important. Um, what Doc was saying is that I heard her distinctly mention sometimes staying off sugar. If your body cannot assimilate sugar, which you shouldn't be having anything complex, anything that's not plant-based. But also remember that plant-based food contains sugar. And if your system is working in a certain way negatively, you should avoid the high fructose sugars also. Remember, you remember cucumber is a fruit, okra is a fruit, so you can have those fruits. And for us trying to eliminate mucus and inflammation, chlorophyll rich foods are really, really good for us. Remember though, your fruits will clean you out, but you need to concentrate on the chlorophyll rich food in order to get some beautiful, beautiful cleanse. And this is what we use. So some people would come to us, Doc, and would be like, you mean say spear green juice for cleanse? Your chlorophyll works the best with your blood to clean your blood.
Yeah.
So therefore, that's what we offer as the first stage of our cleanse. I have people asking about not living in Jamaica, so you can WhatsApp me at 876. So that's 1876 5588117, and I will give you the information. Because what I do is I teach you, if you're not close to us, we can teach you we can do a consultation first, and then I'll teach you how to do your own detox. And it's massive, it's beautiful, it's empowering.
Oh,
Um,
Kerry, I see someone asking about does liquid diet good to lose weight? I'm not sure if they're asking about the detox.
yeah, it will let you lose weight. Percentage of the weight will be water weight, but as I always say to my clients, I do not think about weight loss when I'm thinking about cleaning the body, because weight loss is definitely a bonus. It must come. But I think about cleaning the body, taking out what really does not belong in the body. Focus on that. Your why. Why is it that I want to? And it should not be just for weight loss, because
Right.
I think you will revert to what you normally eat when you go about a detox thinking like that.
Someone is asking, does a plant-based lifestyle prevent endometriosis? Well, there are other factors as well, because endometriosis, there are risk factors. So if you have a family history of endometriosis, a plant-based lifestyle will not necessarily prevent it, but it will help to alleviate the symptoms and make it not progress to the worst stage,
Correct.
possibly.
And I'd say this to that. If you have any form of disease, right? Disease, and you clean your body. And I really would love for people to listen to this bit, and if it doesn't make sense to you, well, but if you clean your body the very way you would want to clean your garbage bin, you just don't take the liner out, but you wash the bin. So if you put in detoxifying chlorophyll rich food in your body from a cellular level, because that's how we operate at Living Food and Juices when it comes to our food and when it comes to our cleanses. We clean you from a cellular level, because if you talk about pretty skin, it means that your cells for your skin, those cells are working, they're healthy, so they're showing you what they're made of. If your cells are toxic and messy, then you start get toxic, messy looking skin. So what we do is we definitely approach cleaning, healing, high vibration, longevity. We approach it from a cellular level. The easiest way to get that result is to have raw cold pressed juices as your cleanse, because as I said again, it's coming from a cellular level. It will clean it and fix it and make your results better.
Someone is asking what causes endometriosis. As I said before, we have not found what has caused endometriosis, but I do believe a lifestyle with processed foods, junk foods, fried foods, dairy, meat, high consumption of these will put you at risk of developing any inflammatory disease,
Any
even
inflammatory disease.
endometriosis.
So
Yes.
what we know is what it as doctor says, she's correct. Just do it for just do it for 2 weeks, or do it for a week. Get on plant-based lifestyle for a week. And remember, this is trusting in the higher power, loving humanity, breath work, loads of breath work, exercise, sunbathing, earthing, detox bath. All of this we will tell you about when you're doing a consultation. So come on, book your consultation at Living Food and Juices. And another thing, our consultation goes from beyond you being an adult. So it's all the way from you can remember, even before you can remember, because some of the information we ask you that's very important is our information that you have to get from your parents. Example, if you were breastfed, because if you weren't breastfed, it's it's a door open for a lot of messy GI issues, right, Doc?
Yes. I heard that you mentioned earthing as well. That was recommended to me, and I didn't believe it at first.
It
And
works.
guys, for those who don't know, earthing is just the process of walking barefoot on the earth. Even running a little water on your feet to let the what you call the charges, the electrical charges on the ground to, permeate through your feet. Right? I was recommended that. I was having pains one time and I just went, stood outside in the sun and had the hose watering on my feet. And I said, Carrie, the pain melted away. Like I
Yes,
couldn't even believe it.
because you're electric, and so as you said, electrical charges are being connected, and
Yes.
also your hands, because these are your receivers, your hands, your eyes, and your feet. So if get it, that's why I'm saying get into a garden with organic soil, get into a garden that has no form of pesticide and herbicide, and plant. You will get healing from that. The earth will reward you for taking care of it.
Yes.
Are there alternatives to ways to do cleanses if you're suffering from? Okay, so there are a lot of different cleanses, and this we say get in touch with us and we will take you through that. We offer consultation on any questions you have. You can send it forward. One thing I have to share this, but you would have to go back to my page for the exact information. But the endocrine system, doc, is
Hmm.
what we are messing up, Black women.
Yes, yes,
What are
indeed.
we using to mess that up? The chemicals, and there have been three researches done. Three researches done, and the first one I saw was not done by a Black woman. It was done by a white woman.
Mm-hmm.
That says the chemicals that are placed inside the whatever that are placed inside the chemical that
Oh,
we use in our hair, it shifts the feminine balance. And that's
yes.
why black women, the study, and as I said, I'll have proof of these studies later on for you. The study is that we are the most toxic being, not human, the most toxic being. And this is because of the processing of the hair, the chemical, the things you put on your skin, the thing you put under your arm. I'm sure you guys love to come to Living Food and Juice, and I have people talking to me there for hours. You never smell me, yet I don't use deodorant.
Mm.
It's serious, guys. Let's just get with it. Let's get on it. Another toxic, very, very, very toxic one is bad mind. You gotta let it go. I have people cry tears in my consultations when we go back to what is causing them to be ill. Resentment, bad mind. Love is our language. We should be speaking that. There should be nobody that can do you anything in life that should have you hating. Hating is dark and negative.
Yeah.
It's not easy, Doc, right? It's not
No,
easy.
not easy.
But you must have a why. You must have a why. Why do I want to live healthy? And to live healthy is to gain longevity. Then what do I have to do? I make the list, and your forgiveness must be one of them. One of the
That's
first
right.
ones. Because you could be eating food like organic, like clean, like plant-based, and you're bad mind, or you have resentment in you, you are not going to heal. And we're not trying to, we love you. That's why we're coming across like this. We want
Yeah.
women to be empowered. We want women to be real. You don't have to do, you just drop the hair, that's something, and love yourself. You understand me? When
Right.
I remember seeing Doc come into the restaurant with her big old hair, and I'm like, whoa, this is somebody who walks in with so much consciousness of I love me. And that's what we need to start doing.
That's right.
Love ourselves. So we have answered some questions. You can forward other questions. We're gonna save the live. Somebody says preach, Kerry. No, I'm teaching the fact that I'm a plant-based educator. So we're going to save this live, and this talking live with Kerry is going to be twice per month, the first and the last Sunday of each month. And I am honored, and I want you to help me to say a big thank you to Dr. Anna K. Harvey. And guess what I'll be doing tomorrow? I'll be making a lovely cake for you.
Oh, thank you
Also,
so much, Kerry. When we link up, it's always a pleasure. Trust me.
and
Trust me.
also we want to give away three things tonight on this live. Doc, is there any question you want to throw out? And then they'll have to have a I don't know what you want the code to be. I love your Instagram name. So we'll be giving out anti-inflammatory green smoothie. Number
Mm-hmm.
one. Number two, we'll be giving out a plant-based burger loaded with beans that will help you and your endometriosis. And we also will be giving out, that's two, right? We'll be giving, oh,
Yeah.
this is the big one. So that you have to make this really big, they have to work for this one. We'll be giving a three-day detox and a free consultation. Doc, we have to make this one big.
Okay. You mean the big prize?
The big prize. Well, that's a big
Yeah.
prize. That's a prize with a lot of dough. So we need to make the question kind of not so ABC.
Oh my. All right. I'm wondering. So wait, so you're gonna add the person who responds, you're gonna add them to the live to answer, right?
Yet, I don't know how to do that. I don't think that is possible. I don't know. You think that's possible?
It can be done, but I don't know how, because I've been on a live before when somebody asks a question.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, and you can add them, but I'm not too sure how it is done for them to answer the question.
So what I'm going to do,
Um,
I'm going to give them a number, and the
yeah.
first person WhatsApp the correct answers to that number are the people that we're going to give the gifts to. So
Okay
the
then.
number, everybody, is 1-876 351 9031. So when we ask the questions, you WhatsApp your answer to that, and we will check that tomorrow and let you know if you were the blessed one. So I'm gonna ask one question though, Doc.
Yes.
Right, that's correct. 351-903. Unique Blair, girl, love, love, love. So okay, so the first question is what? Okay, how old? How young? How young is Living Food and Juices? And when was our anniversary? Answering this question though, you have to tag at least. You have to share this live. You have for them to get any of the prizes. They have to share the lives to other women who they know will benefit from this. I know is an empowered session. Empowering session. It says empowered me. so
Yeah.
so that's the first one, right? Somebody can type it if they want to, but send over the answer to that WhatsApp number. Doc, you wanna go? I'm giving you the opportunity to do two. And
All right.
one of them. I love one information that you give out because I think we need to be obedient, and it has to do with the inflammation marker.
Okay, yes. All right. Now the question is, what is the name two inflammatory markers that was mentioned throughout the discussion. Name two inflammatory markers that I mentioned in our discussion.
And then the other one?
And the next one is how can, but this is so hard. I hope they get it. All right.
We have time.
How was I diagnosed with endometriosis? What imaging method did I use? Somebody answered it, Carrie.
Well, guess
Somebody
what? They
answered
have to
it.
send it to the hello, Miss Diva over there in New York. Please, I watch out. She brighty. She has sent on all of them girls. Send them WhatsApp them to Jesus. No sir. Hello, Diva. You had your pen and paper writing down, so I think we have to. She has all. She has them. She has. She's missing. No,
Which
she's not
and
missing
then
nothing.
yes, and the other one, what that yes, she got that one right. Wow, these people were really listening.
Yes.
There's another yes, what that Gail Gemini. Yeah.
But guys, let us do it this way. Please send the WhatsApp to 351-9876 1-876-351-9031. I guess we'll better able to monitor it there because we have to go back in the live, right, Doc?
Yes.
So let us do it that way. Yeah, let's do it that way.
Yeah.
So that we can better monitor it. So the number is for international Kerry. I am a very good listener. I know, Dave, but why you did do it on the WhatsApp? Do it on the WhatsApp. Woo, no, I'm having so much fun, guys. Talking life with Kerry. I have enjoyed my first episode, and this is our space. This is our conscious space. So we want to bring conscious information to you. We want to bring conscious education to you. We want to have conscious people on this space. So I totally enjoy our first, and Doc, I'm so grateful that you came. You came on and you took the opportunity to give us this insight and the openness to share share your teaching and your and the whole. Gee, I love this. I'm
I love this
excited.
too.
Yeah, man. So I'm so happy. I'm so grateful to you, and I hope everybody have learned something. We're not gone. We're at Living Food and Juices, and Doc's Instagram page is one of my daily read page. So you can tell them loads and loads and loads of, oh my God, I must do this to have longevity. So Doc, you can share your page.
Yes, my page is, I have two pages actually. The one that is more centered towards women is 876 underscore talk underscore beauty period underscore period. And my regular page is at Dr. Ashana Berry Fit. That is Doctor with a DOCTAH. Ashana Berry, ASHANABERRFIT, where I give holistic advice and fitness tips as well.
And trust me, I enjoy her page, from one health guru to the other. Guys,
That's right.
after finishing my raw plant-based teaching course, I was like, oh my God, I wish I could come home. And that is from my first course was certified raw food chef and teacher and educator. I remember getting my certification. I said that I'm going to take this home to share with Jamaican women so they can share it with their men and their children. And
Yeah.
women, you are on this live. I'm going to talk to you a bit. The men, the people who are taking care of themselves, the ones that are coming to the restaurants and taking care of themselves are the men. What I find women coming there to do is the book consultation. So that's telling me that we wait until things are getting bad. We don't need to do that. We are queens. We are we're educated, we're intelligent beings, we are nurturers, we are mothers, we're creators. So let us move in that direction so for our men will not outshine us when it comes to taking care of our health.
Yes.
So, of course, we want to say thank you. And guys, I want you to send enough love to Dr. Anna because she's genuine and she's been open and glad for that. I'm a lover and I know she's genuine, 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 genuine. So I want to say thank you to her. And remember, until next time,
Oh,
talk
they're
in life.
asking to pin the pages. I have no idea how to
I don't
pin the
know how to
page.
do that.
So
So
technologically challenged.
we're kind of another guru. We're really not social media gurus. But we'll see if it's something that we can do after we save the life. Then we'll do it because we do everything we can to help you. But we want results too. We don't want Dr. Anna to come on. It's lockdown, and it's Easter Sunday, so she could be doing something else. But I don't want her to come on and share this, and we don't take up on it and do it. And of course, I could be making some lovely cakes tonight, but I prefer to take some time to share with you guys the amazingness of plant-based, whole food, plant-based lifestyle. At Living Food and Juices, we don't fry. We don't believe in that. We're not totally raw, but we offer both raw and cook. Since the fact that I'm a raw food chef and educator, if you're raw, you can cook, but we don't expect you to cook all your food over 118 degree. Food can be warm and not be deprived of its nutrients and its vitamins and minerals and its enzymes. It's when you have food over 118 degrees that's when you murder the enzymes. So
Right.
so let's be conscious of that. So what you can get at Living Food and Juices, your wellness shots, your cold pressed juices, your raw cold pressed juices. So we don't blend juices at Living Food and Juices. We cold press. We blend smoothies, superfood smoothies loaded with enzymes, sea moss, and all of that for all your beautiful, beautiful food. Of course,
Hey,
we do
Carrie, you can't forget the burgers, you know. You can't forget the burgers.
trust
Come
me.
on.
We do the healthiest plant-based burger in the world. So
Yes.
we don't add, we don't put no additives to our burger. Give thanks to COVID. because it's through COVID that I sat down and here in our test kitchen we mash up this burger because we know people love burger and we wanted to try to help people to have alternatives to what's out there conventionally. And we're not trying to look like any other food because we ain't any other food, right? We are plant-based whole food lifestyle. So if you come and you ask, are you vegan? And I say, no, we're not vegan. Don't be offended because a lot of things that vegans do, we're not going to indulge in it. We're not going to
Right.
give you that kind of food. We don't give you anything processed. We make everything for the burger. And everybody love our burgers. Children, everybody. So I want to say, we were saying thank you. We're going to say it again.
Yes, Kerry,
Dr.
thanks for
Harvey.
your business. Thanks for everything, man. Keep changing lives and empowering women all around. Trust
Thank
me,
you. Thank
Kerry.
you. No, I need you too, and I need everybody because I learn from everybody. And I want to say shout out to so many people who have made this possible. So when my negatives are down, I have a little pin down in Ocho that stick me with a needle and set me back online, and I'm so grateful. My family here, they're so supportive. Oh my God, Trevor is into everything. Trevor is the bun maker for the burger. So
Nice.
we try. Oh my God, the poor man has to go far and wide. I remember there are times when our vehicle was on 3 wheels way up in the Blue Mountain. We're going to look for clean food for people. So that's how we try. That's how we roll. So thank you again, Doc. And until next
Thank you.
time, this is Talking Life with Carrie.
All
Good night.
right, bye. I'll be
Bye.
seeing episode 2. Can't wait for episode 2. Can't
All
wait
right.
see what you have planned.
So what I can ask people to do? Oh my God, we say goodbye. I was still in. Well, our people are still on. So what we're asking people to do is also send to us ideas of topics that you would love to hear. Because Talking Life with Kerry, there is also our green table talk. We're going to need you to be on that, Doc. So there's also our green table talk and our green table. So this one, it teaches you the plant-based lifestyle. So one teach you and the other will tell you what the other one does. But I told you guys about my green smoothie book. The first part of it is cleansing and then the second part is building. That will be coming out this month. And I'm telling you, it started out, it's supposed to be a 10-page book, but it's gone to over 70 page. I could not do a
Wow.
book without education. I could not do a book without love. I could not do a book without our ethnicity. I love you guys. We're going. Doc and I want to go have our life. we, we love you. We appreciate you. Loads of gratitude to all of you from all over the world. Remember again, 1876 351 9031 is the number to WhatsApp the correct answers to, and we'll get back to you. Love, life, peace, and happiness. And I'm saying, until next time, this is Carrie Coots, your plant-based chef, lifestyle coach, and educator, saying good night. Thank you again, Doc. Have a blessed one.